From the earliest moments of human consciousness, we have looked to the sky with wonder. We sought meaning in the patterns of the stars and the cycles of the sun and moon. These celestial rhythms became intertwined with our lives, dictating the rhythm of our existence. From these observations, celebrations were born. Celebrations are far more than mere festivities. They are expressions of shared human experience. They are a testament to our capacity for joy, gratitude, and remembrance. Across cultures and throughout time, celebrations have served as a powerful force, binding us together and connecting us to something larger than ourselves. As we journey through the history of human celebrations, we will witness the remarkable diversity of our traditions. We will also uncover the striking universality of the human spirit. Let us begin our exploration at the dawn of civilization. Imagine a time before written history. A time when the world was a vast, untamed wilderness, and human beings were just beginning to leave their mark on the earth. Our ancestors sought refuge in caves, which were not just shelters, but also canvases for breathtaking art. These caves, adorned with intricate paintings, tell stories of a time long past. This was the Paleolithic era, a period marked by the challenges of survival and a profound connection between humans and the natural world. The dense forests and wild landscapes were both home and hunting ground. Life was precarious for our Paleolithic ancestors. They lived in primitive shelters and faced harsh conditions daily. Every day was a struggle to find food and stay safe from predators. Hunting and gathering were essential for survival. Men and women worked together, using their knowledge of the land to find food. They hunted wild animals and foraged for edible plants, berries, and nuts. Success in these endeavors was not guaranteed, making each successful hunt a cause for celebration. When a hunt was successful, it meant food for days, and this was a reason to gather and rejoice. These early celebrations were often steeped in spirituality. They believed that the spirits of the animals they hunted played a crucial role in their survival. Animals held a sacred significance, revered as powerful beings. They were not just sources of food, but also symbols of strength and survival. Cave paintings depict elaborate rituals, likely designed to honor the spirits of the hunted animals and ensure a successful hunt in the future. These paintings are a window into the spiritual lives of our ancestors. These early gatherings, held in the flickering light of a fire, were more than just celebrations of survival. They were moments of community where stories were shared and bonds were strengthened. They were expressions of gratitude, awe, and a deep respect for the natural world. These gatherings were a way to give thanks for the bounty of the earth and to honor the forces that they believed controlled their fate. They were the earliest echoes of our enduring need to celebrate life's triumphs and mysteries. These festivals were the foundation of human culture, a testament to our ancestors' resilience and their deep connection to the world around them. The Neolithic Revolution brought about a profound shift in human history. This era, spanning from around 10,000 to 4,500 BCE, marked the transition from a lifestyle of hunting and gathering to one of agriculture and settlement. With the development of agriculture, humans transitioned from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled farmers. This shift allowed for the establishment of permanent communities and the cultivation of crops, which in turn led to population growth and the development of complex societies. This new way of life brought about a new relationship with nature and gave rise to new forms of celebration. Harvest festivals became central to community life, serving as both a means of giving thanks and a way to ensure future prosperity. No longer solely reliant on the hunt, humans now held the power to cultivate their own food. This control over food production allowed for surplus, which could be stored for future use or traded with neighboring communities. This newfound control over nature, however, came with its own set of anxieties and uncertainties. The success of crops was not guaranteed, and farmers were at the mercy of weather patterns, pests, and soil fertility. The success of crops was dependent upon the whims of weather and the fertility of the land. A single season of poor weather could lead to famine, making the stakes incredibly high for early agricultural societies. To appease the forces of nature and ensure a bountiful harvest, elaborate rituals and festivals emerged. These ceremonies were deeply rooted in the belief that humans could influence the natural world through their actions and offerings. These ceremonies often involved offerings to earth deities and fertility gods. Food, flowers, and other valuable items were presented as gifts to these divine beings in hopes of securing their favor and ensuring the fertility of the land. They were a way for early agricultural societies to express their dependence on the land and their gratitude for its bounty. These rituals reinforced the community's connection to the earth and to each other, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. These Neolithic celebrations marked a significant evolution in human cultural practices. They were not just about survival, but about creating a shared cultural identity and a sense of belonging within the community. They reflected a growing awareness of humanity's ability to shape the natural world. The construction of irrigation systems and other agricultural innovations demonstrated an increasing mastery over the environment. They also highlighted our continued reliance on forces beyond our control. Despite all the advancements, the unpredictability of nature remained a constant reminder of the delicate balance between human ingenuity and the natural world. Section 4. The Nile's gift renewal in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians, with their intricate understanding of astronomy and their deep reverence for the Nile River, developed sophisticated rituals and festivals that reflected their worldview. They meticulously observed the stars and celestial events, which played a crucial role in their agricultural and religious practices. The alignment of the stars and the phases of the moon were believed to influence the flooding of the Nile, and thus the prosperity of their civilization. Central to Egyptian life was the annual flooding of the Nile. This natural phenomenon was not just a seasonal event, but a cornerstone of their existence. The floodwaters brought life to the arid land, transforming the desert into a fertile oasis. The anticipation of the flood was a time of preparation and hope, as the Egyptians awaited the life-giving waters that would ensure their survival for another year. This predictable inundation deposited fertile silt on the land, ensuring agricultural abundance. The rich, dark soil left behind by the receding waters was perfect for growing crops such as wheat, barley, and flax. This agricultural bounty was the foundation of Egypt's wealth and stability, allowing the civilization to flourish and build monumental structures that still awe us today. The Egyptians viewed this annual flood as a gift from the gods, a symbol of death and rebirth. They believed that the Nile's waters were imbued with divine essence, a manifestation of the gods' favor. Rituals and offerings were made to honor the deities, seeking their blessings for a bountiful harvest and protection from natural disasters. The Osiris festival, one of the most important celebrations in ancient Egypt, honored the god of the underworld and celebrated the cycle of life, death, and resurrection. Osiris, who was believed to have been resurrected after being killed by his brother Set, symbolized the eternal cycle of nature. His story was a powerful reminder of the promise of renewal and the continuity of life. Through elaborate rituals and dramatic performances, the Egyptians reenacted the myth of Osiris, reaffirming their belief in the eternal cycle of renewal. These performances were not just religious acts, but also communal events that brought people together, reinforcing social bonds and shared cultural identity. The myth of Osiris was a narrative that resonated deeply with the Egyptian people, reflecting their understanding of the natural world and their place within it. The Osiris festival was not merely a religious observance, it was a time for the entire community to come together in celebration. Families and friends gathered to share meals, exchange stories, and enjoy each other's company. The festival provided a much-needed respite from the daily toil and a chance to express gratitude for the blessings of the past year. It was a time for feasting, music, and dance. Traditional songs and dances were performed, filling the air with joyous sounds and vibrant energy. Musicians played ancient instruments like the sistrum and the lute, while dancers in colorful attire moved gracefully, embodying the spirit of the festival. These artistic expressions were a vital part of the celebration, adding to the festive atmosphere and creating lasting memories for all who participated. It was a celebration of life's precious and cyclical nature, deeply intertwined with the rhythms of the natural world. The Osiris festival encapsulated the essence of Egyptian culture, where the divine and the mundane were seamlessly woven together. It was a time to honor the gods, celebrate the harvest, and reaffirm the community's connection to the land and the cosmos. Through these timeless traditions, the ancient Egyptians found meaning and continuity in the ever-changing world around them. Section 5. Wine, Joy and Remembrance, Greece's Anthesteria. In the sun-drenched lands of ancient Greece, festivals were an integral part of life. The Greeks, with their love of theatre, music and athletic competition, infused their celebrations with a sense of joy and communal spirit. The Anthesteria, a three-day festival held in early spring, celebrated the return of spring, the blossoming of vines and the enjoyment of wine. It was a time for revelry and merriment, a celebration of life's simple pleasures. Yet, beneath the surface of joyous celebration, lay a deeper, more somber layer. The Anthesteria was also a time to honor the dead. During the festival, the Greeks made offerings to Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, but also the god of the underworld. This duality, the blending of joy and sorrow, is a hallmark of many ancient celebrations. The Anthesteria reminds us that life and death are inseparable, two sides of the same coin.